today. With the W resuming tomorrow, two of the biggest stories of the second half will be Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, who are both making rookie history. Caitlin is on pace to set the rookie assist mark, which would pass Tisha Penicheiro in 1998. And Angel has a lead for the best rebounding season by a rookie, slightly ahead of Tina Charles's 2010 mark. So we're going to welcome back in the great Kendrick Perkins for a little WNBA talk. What you got, Big Perk?
Oh, it's not what I got. See, look, Andrea, let me tell you how this goes sometimes. I know I'm the analyst in the basketball space, but sometimes I become the producer, and sometimes at points I take over and be the host. So now I got a few questions for you, right?
Okay,
when it comes down to Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, two all-stars, rookies who've been doing their thing, I need to know from an expert like yourself, what are your expectations for the both of them for the rest of the season?
You know what, Perk? I liked how you switched it up. That was very big time of you. You've got the space to do that. I respect it. When it comes to Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, I would say continued greatness. Like you mentioned the All-Star game, that is just one example of how both Caitlin and Angel continue to rise to the occasion. Whether it was a big game on the college stage, whether it was a record that had to be broken in college, coming into the professional level, performing at this level, breaking records in half of a season that were set in full seasons, we have seen that from both of them. So I expect continued greatness and continued chemistry from Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese with their teams. It has been amazing watching these two operate. They are doing what we saw in college. They have brought that to the pro level. At some points when people didn't even think they would be able to perform this way. I've been blown away by both. They both got a little bit of rest after a long college season, jumping right into the WNBA. The biggest difference in the Rookie of the Year race will be how their teams perform. The Fever got hot right towards the end of that break. Their chemistry, they were gelling. Chicago had great chemistry, in my opinion, and then they made a big-time trade that could impact their team when they traded away Marina Mabrey. So how their teams play and perform could come into that Rookie of the Year discussion. We will see. So still some questions there on the teams. No questions on Caitlin and Angel. I expect them to be great. You know who else I have no questions about, Perk? Your favorite player. Your favorite player in the league, A'ja Wilson. Because another massive story for the second half will be the play and continued great.
Before they continue with A'ja, we're going to stick right here to this, and I don't even know if we're going to finish. We're going to stick right here to Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. You know, Perk obviously doesn't want to give his answer. You know, maybe we'll finish to see if Perk does give an answer. But I think there's a little bit of... Look, these guys have jobs. You guys got to understand. I think they need to make it interesting for there to be a storyline. But Caitlin Clark has now went to, I think, minus 2,000 back up there, I think, to win Rookie of the Year. You know, Indiana Fever did just drop some crazy statistics. I mean, Caitlin Clark is leading the rookie race in everything besides rebounds. I mean, everything. So, you know, shout out to Angel. Angel's been doing her thing too. You know, grabbing them boards, just being aggressive, and, you know, just playing with that motor. You know, so, you know, shout out to Angel Reese as well. But when it comes to Rookie of the Year, I'm just not sure if there's a real argument anymore. And I keep telling people, there's been an argument about, oh, whoever gets into the playoffs. Well, the Indiana Fever are in the playoffs right now. The Chicago might be right under them. I'm not sure. But I just don't think whoever gets into the playoffs means they won Rookie of the Year. That means nothing. I think Rookie of the Year is a individual accomplishment or individual impact. And right now, one of my comments on my other channel put it to me like this. If I were a head coach or a GM right now, and I had the number one pick, who am I going to pick right now? Who are you going to pick right now? If you had the number one pick, and you're going to pick that person to build your franchise around, who are you going to pick right now? You know, and I think the simple answer to that, based off everything being a floor general, it has to be Caitlin Clark. But Angel Reese still has a chance to prove that she could win it with the next, I think they have 17 games left to finish off the second half of the season. So, I don't know. I think Angel has a little bit of catching up to do. I don't know if they're in the same bracket right now with Rookie of the Year. I'm just going to be honest. But based off what I'm hearing, Caitlyn is by far the winner of Rookie of the Year. So, I just want these people to understand that being a good basketball player doesn't mean popularity or anything like that. So when it comes to Angel, when I criticize Angel, you guys got to understand, mine is based off a basketball eye point, a basketball view of things. Angel has to improve with her skill set when it comes to the offensive things. Defense, to be a good defender, you have to have a motor. When you have a motor, you can get by being a good player. Okay? Just being around the ball. Playing defense. Grabbing boards. Just filling the stat sheet like that. You could make it. And then you put up your 10, 11, 10 points. I've seen her put up like 17-point games. Nothing crazy. But I've seen on some of these double-doubles, it shouldn't be a struggle to keep a double-double streak alive. I don't want you guys to harp on her double-double streak and make her feel the pressure of, oh, I have to get a double-double every night. No. Angel Reese, I just want you to go play basketball. Just go have that motor. The points will come. The offense, the skill set, if you work at it, you put the time in, all of that will come. Because you have such a great motor nobody could teach that. If you have a motor like that and you can work on your skill set, and I'm going to keep saying it, work on that skill set, please. You could be great. But right now, you still have a lot of things you need to work on. Okay? But I believe in her. And I'm going to keep talking about her on this channel. And I think, like I said, if she could come out and prove, but then you also got to remember, Caitlin Clark is fully rested. So what she could do in these next 14 games could be mind-blowing to some of us. She's getting adjusted. Both of them are getting adjusted. But Caitlin Clark can have a wild second half of this season. But I don't want you guys to put a label on who gets Rookie of the Year based off of who gets into the playoffs. That to me is not fair. I wouldn't take that away from Angel. I wouldn't take that away from Caitlyn based off of that. That to me is not fair. And I think the talks of giving them a joint Rookie of the Year is over. Completely over. And I'm going to keep saying it. Based off of my decision with everything Caitlin Clark has brought to the game and to the team, I think she has made her team better this year. And we could argue that the Chicago Sky were a better basketball team last year. That's all I could think about. And I feel like Caitlin Clark is the number one for the Indiana Fever, number one option. And I feel like Angel Reese is definitely not the number one option for the Chicago Sky. Definitely not even the number 3 option. Not to me. Not when it comes to being an offensive threat. I don't think she's the number 3. And they're lucky they just got rid of Mabry. But Rachel Banham, she can shoot the ball. Don't be surprised if she gets starting minutes. So that's all I really got for today's show. You know, we can finish it off if you guys want. That's Andraya Carter on Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese expectations for the Rookie of the Year. Or pretty much just expectations in general. But right here, I don't know, man.
Your favorite.
Let's see if they finish anything, but they're going to talk about Asia. Yeah, we'll save the Asia Wilson talk for another video. We already know how great Asia is, man. Shout out to Asia Wilson. You deserve all the flowers, and which are all coming your way. So there you have it, man. It's your boy CEO Con. If you have not, make sure you guys sub up to the channel. Welcome to Game Day. I'm gonna catch you guys on the next video. Let me know what you guys think about this, man, because I feel like people aren't being honest when it comes to Caitlin Clark versus Angel Reese. So I'm gonna catch you guys on the next one. We're out of here.